If you've been in leadership for any length of time, you've probably already tried the things people tell you to try. Communication training, executive presence coaching, visibility strategies, maybe even a confidence program or two. And they helped maybe for a while until they didn't. I'm Dr. Denée Choice. I work with high-achieving women leading in complex, high-stakes environments, women already operating at an executive level who feel like they've outgrown the roles they're in and are ready for something bigger. In my last two videos, I described the recognition gap and why the pattern behind it has nothing to do with confidence or capability. Now we're going to look at why the solutions most women reach for first don't actually close the gap, and what needs to happen instead. If you want to go deeper into this work, I have a free masterclass called How Women Leaders Rise. It's a deeper look at the leadership dynamics that shape how women advance and what it actually takes to position yourself for the next level. You can grab it free in the link in the description below. Here's the problem with most leadership development aimed at women. It works on how you show up in a moment, what you say, how you say it, how much space you take up in a room. And in the moment, it can help. But it's treating a positioning problem as a communication problem. And those are not the same thing. And no amount of communication training closes a positioning gap. Positioning isn't about how you perform in a single conversation or meeting. It's about the picture that forms in the minds of people making decisions about your career based on what they see from you consistently over time. And for a lot of high-achieving women, that picture is incomplete. Not because the work isn't there, because the work isn't visible. She's delivering results, driving outcomes, holding things together, and keeping herself in the background while she does it. And over time, that picture solidifies. She's reliable, she executes, she delivers, but she's not who they picture when they think about who leads what's next. That's a positioning problem, and it has nothing to do with her confidence or her capability. So what closes the positioning gap? Making your contribution visible, consistently, over time, in the rooms where decisions get made. Not as a performance, as a leadership practice. That's the work, and most women aren't doing it. Not because they don't know their value, because making their contribution visible feels like self-promotion. And they decided a long time ago, that is not who I am. That decision made a lot of sense, because what they were observing was self-promotion. But self-promotion and self-advocacy are not the same thing. Self-promotion is about image. Self-advocacy is about making your contribution visible to the mission, to the outcome, to the people making decisions about your career. When you treat those two things as the same, you end up avoiding the one practice that would actually close the positioning gap. And understanding that distinction doesn't automatically change behavior, because the behavior is being driven by something deeper. Researchers who study women in leadership have found that women who spend decades navigating systems that weren't built for them internalize beliefs about what they're allowed to claim, about whether advocating for themselves is appropriate, about what humility requires, about whether their authority is something they earned once or something they have to keep re-earning. Those beliefs weren't formed in their current role. They were formed over a lifetime. And communication training doesn't touch them, which is why the pattern keeps running and why the positioning gap stays open no matter how much confidence work or communication coaching gets layered on top. How Women Leaders Rise Masterclass is my free class that takes a deeper look at the leadership dynamics that shape how women advance and what it actually takes to position yourself for the next level. You can grab it in the description below. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly what this shift looks like in practice. A real client, a real leadership challenge, and how she stepped into her next level. I'll see you there.